But is there any days where you're like, oh, this is actually really hard?
Look, the hardest thing that I do is diving, because no matter how hard you work, it can just not work on the day. Like recently, I just missed out on the Olympic Games. That's hard. That's hard. Making videos is enjoyable, and I have days where maybe I might be frustrated because I can't figure something out, and I've got something stop working. I've got to come up with a new idea. But for the most part, I find that like a fun game. Like a fun game.
It's almost like a good little getaway from the bubble of professional sport. Yeah.
Yeah, and that you'd know this better than anyone being in there. Like when you're coming into a major event, especially with the Olympic trials, you do less and less and less outside because you want to just laser focus on what you have in front of you. You don't even particularly think about the sacrifices because this is what you want to be doing. And then your world shrinks to just this goal. And for the time being, it's okay because that's what needs to be done. But you forget that there's a whole nother world out there. But you kind of need to be doing this to get through that moment. And then you come out the other side and then you've got to reopen your horizons, especially if it doesn't work, because then you feel like you've lost everything.
Yeah, man. And like I heard about the Olympic trials, and I'm sorry to hear that, because
It happens.
I know how hard you would have worked, and I watched your clip that you posted afterwards, and it was actually really inspiring, because it's like you talked around the people along the way, and man, I looked at that and I was like, that's super impressive from such a young guy. So man, congrats to you, man, because that's really impressive.